Hey, welcome! Today we're diving into a really fascinating guide from Cato, who's a pretty well-known author in the spiritual personal development space. We're going to get into a concept that, honestly, trips a lot of people up.
You've heard these terms a million times, right? White magic for the good guys, black magic for the bad guys, positive vibes only versus negative energy. But what if that whole way of thinking, that entire division, is based on a fundamental misunderstanding? Let's really dig into this.
So here's the core idea from Cato's guide, the one that changes everything. Energy, in its pure, raw form, is totally neutral. It's not good, it's not bad, it isn't positive or negative, it just is. This single idea is the bedrock for everything we're about to unpack.
To really let that sink in, Cato gives us this amazing analogy. He says to think of energy like a tool, say a knife. Imagine a knife just sitting there on a countertop. It doesn't have any morals, right? It's just an object full of potential.
Now that exact same knife can be used to slice bread, to feed your family, a totally beneficial, loving act. Or it could be used to hurt someone, a malicious act. The knife itself didn't change one bit. The only thing that changed was the intention of the person holding it.
It's the same deal with fire. Fire can provide life-saving warmth on a cold night or cook your food, or it can burn a house to the ground. The fire isn't evil. Its effect is just a direct result of how it's applied.
And this applies to medicine too. In the right dose, a substance can heal you, but too much of that same substance becomes a poison. The only thing separating the cure from the poison is the measure and the intent. And that, right there, is exactly how energy works.
So the main takeaway here, and this quote from the guide just nails it, is that the responsibility is on us. We are the ones who give energy its color. We give it a direction and a purpose, which then creates either a beneficial or a harmful effect in the world.
Okay, so if intention is the key, how do we get a handle on all the different kinds of intentions? Well, Cato gives us a really helpful framework, kind of like a map, to see how this all works. On one hand, you have what people call white magic. This comes from intentions rooted in things like harmony, healing, and growth. And what does that create? Peace, balance, a sense of protection. It operates on high-frequency emotions like love and joy. On the flip side, you have black magic, which comes from intentions of control, manipulation, and domination. The results are always fear, confusion, and dependency. It's rooted in low-frequency states like fear and anger. See, the energy is the same, the operating system is completely different.
You know, this isn't some New Age concept. The great spiritual teachers have been pointing to this for thousands of years. Jesus said you'll know people by their fruits, by the results of their intentions. The Buddha built his entire philosophy around right intention. Steiner talked about how our thoughts literally feed or poison the world around us. And Bashar says it so clearly, circumstances don't matter, only your state of being matters. They all knew that intention is the engine of creation.
And to really visualize these different states of being, Cato uses Dr. David Hawkins' scale of consciousness. Think of it like a vibrational ladder. Down at the bottom, below 200, you've got those heavy, draining emotions like fear, guilt, and anger. As you climb up past 200, you get into more constructive states like courage and reason. And then way up at 500 and beyond, you reach the expansive energies of love, joy, and peace. Your general location on this map basically determines the color of the energy you're broadcasting.
Okay, I want you to stick with me here, because we're about to take this to a whole new level with a metaphor from the guide that might just blow your mind. What if life isn't random at all? What if it's actually more like a super advanced, conscious simulator?
In this game of life, your body and your personality, that's just your avatar, the character you're playing. And the point of the game isn't just to stay alive, it's to grow, to evolve, to expand your consciousness. All those challenges and hard times, those are just the different levels, the missions that are designed to help you turn low-frequency emotions like fear into high-frequency ones like courage. The whole game is set up by this all-creating intelligence, but the most important thing to remember is that you are the conscious player who's actually controlling the avatar.
This is the ultimate cheat code for the game. When you get too lost in the avatar's story, its pain, its fears, its little dramas, that's when you suffer. But the moment you remember that you are the player, the pure awareness that's just having an experience, you get this incredible sense of freedom and purpose.
And this brings us full circle, right back to our main topic. In this life simulator, that neutral energy we've been talking about is like the electricity that powers the entire game. And as the player, your thoughts, your feelings, your intentions, that's the controller. You decide where that electricity flows and what it creates in your reality. So, this all leads to the big question, doesn't it? If you're the player, how are you playing the game? How are you actually directing your energy on a daily basis? Let's make this really practical.
In his guide, Cato includes a little self-assessment test to help figure this out. Let's just look at one of the questions. Think about the words you use every day. Are they mostly building people up, supporting and encouraging them, or do you find yourself criticizing or tearing people down? This is a really direct way to see how you're using your energy. After answering a few questions like this, your score gives you a kind of snapshot of your current energy habits. If you score high, it means you're mostly a conscious creator of harmony. If your score is in the middle, you've probably got a mix of conscious and unconscious habits. And if it's on the lower end, it's not a bad thing. It's just an invitation to become more aware of how you're using your power.
Here's a super simple but powerful exercise you can do anytime. Just find a quiet spot for 5 minutes, close your eyes, and just review your day. Ask yourself, when did my thoughts or my words build something positive? And when did they cause a little bit of harm, even subtly? This isn't about judging yourself. It's just about developing pure, honest awareness.
And for a more hands-on approach, the guide offers a meditation specifically for aligning your energy. It's a 4-step process. You prepare, you cleanse out the heavy, low-frequency stuff, you actively raise your vibration by focusing on love and joy, and then you direct that powerful, focused energy toward a clear, positive intention. This is how you really start playing the game consciously.
So let's wrap up this part of our exploration with this final, empowering truth. The universe provides the raw material, the neutral, creative energy. But you are the artist. You are the director. It's through your awareness and your intention that you decide what that energy is going to become.
Wow. So what we've just covered is a pretty profound shift in perspective. And I'm willing to bet that for some of you, this feels like just the beginning of a much deeper and more exciting journey. You know, understanding these ideas is one thing, but consistently applying them to actually transform your life, well, that's the next level. And for those of you who are feeling that pull to go deeper, to really master this, Cato has put together a dedicated program.
It's a space he created for people who are serious about becoming truly conscious players in their own lives. You can check out his Level 2 program over on Patreon. So really, the only question left to ask is, what will you choose to create?